I don't understand black folks sometimes. We talk big money and come with small change. You are, that's my kid in the back again. You're putting yourself out there for people who never asked you to do it. You help them succeed, and then you want to play big money because you think you've accomplished something. There's an old saying, and I heard it on The Fresh Prince, when Uncle Phil told Will, what is a particular number times zero? And Will was sitting there trying to figure out what the number was. And Uncle Phil said, zero, you math whiz. Something times zero is zero. And that's what we're going to talk about today, folks. We're going to talk about a zero. She's one of 4 zeros. We'll add the 5th, but I know as soon as I say the 5th name, I'm going to get this video flagged. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever y'all at. It's Kid Gravity. This is usually one of my emergency shows, but I figure I'm going to do this one on YouTube. Save myself the headache of editing the audio, putting in my little clips, and I really don't want that woman's voice on our audio playbacks. But the woman you were talking about is the name that you see in the title. Patrisse Cullors. One of them BLM chicks. That group that is playing the con game. She out here. She thinks she accomplished something by starting the Black Lives Matter movement, which she did. She started something. She decided to separate black folks even more than we already were, thanks to y'all's Obama. And she got her start under the Obama administration after Trayvon Martin. She, along with 3 other fools, went out and wrote a hashtag that caught on, and then started bamboozling people to give them money. And now we're here in 2020, and they're a pact for the Democrats to the tune of $300 million. Can't nobody tell anybody anything different. They like to tell you Act Blue does not cater to the Democratic Party, which is a goddamn lie. But we'll save that for another day. So Ms. Cullors decided to stay in the house this time and tweet out a little tweet that you see in the thumbnail that she demanded a meeting with the supposed incoming presidential administration of Joe Massa Biden, and Kamala headboard Harris. Because she feels as though, according to this article that I'm going to put up from the New York Post, she feels as though because black folks came out and voted for the cop and the op, that's what I call them, that she deserves an audience with the cop and the op. So we're going to get just straight to the 3rd paragraph. You guys can't really see it. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, that's better. I want to make sure y'all see this. I'll just do full screen. So, third paragraph. She said, quote, without the resounding support of Black people, we would be saddled with a very different electoral outcome. In short, Black people won this election. Roll call is 36. Alongside Black-led organizations around the nation, Black Lives Matter invested heavily in this election. Remember what I said about Act Blue, but we're not going to go there right now. Vote and organize became our motto, and our electoral justice efforts reached more than 60 million voters. We want something for our vote. We are requesting a meeting with you both to discuss the expectations that we have for your administration and the commitments that must be made to Black people. Folks, I encourage Black people who listen to this to listen to a brother that I listen to, Dr. David Carroll. He's here on YouTube for the foreseeable future, because you know how YouTube likes to play around and demonetize channels and shadow ban channels, throttle people's views, and ultimately kick them off the platform. He talked about this when he was reviewing the Ice Cube dust-ups. And I agree with him on this point. Even though he doesn't feel that Ice Cube is the right person to bring about a Black agenda, I disagree with him on that. At least somebody's doing it. But the simple fact that Ice Cube did it correctly, created the agenda, worked with Black leaders and Black thinkers to create this agenda and put it out there for the public. And it got attention. And ultimately, the Trump administration took it and helped amend their platinum plan by doubling the money for federal, for Black people to get federal grants, and also to put Juneteenth on. Like I said, we said this on the show. It's just a framework. You have to work on it. But nonetheless, he got the effort from the GOP. I'm looking at this Patrisse fool, and ma'am, okay, let's just cut the BS right now. You guys don't have an agenda. You guys have a temper tantrum. Black Lives Matter is a bunch of misguided Black folks and a bunch of white liberals who are throwing temper tantrums. And I know people that are in Black Lives Matter. I don't care if they hear me say that. You guys are a bunch of petulant children. You out here on your high horse thinking that you know what's best for Black people while you're collecting a 6-figure paycheck. While you have people rioting in your name. Pretty sure y'all not going to go out there and go to every single one of their court cases when they get knocked up for destroying property. Now, y'all thought y'all were being benevolent, talking about somehow, yeah, I'm going to go pay off your legal fees and your bail money and all that. Well, they didn't say legal fees. They said bail money. They were going to bail you out because, of course, when it comes to legal fees, nah. Even though y'all got Crump on the payroll, y'all not going to pay. Y'all not going to hit up everybody. It ain't going to work. But you've done all this, and you have succeeded in turning your organization from a hashtag to people supporting it to the whole George Floyd dust up, and then you showed your asses. Because, of course, Black people, when they get enough of a limelight, they become peacocks. And y'all peacocked out there, and from spring of this year all the way down the line to where we're at now, November 14, 2020, you guys have single-handedly destroyed everything you've ever worked for and hope to work for, because you've had the lowest amount of support you've had since you started this organization. I think the last time I checked it, about 34% of people in America actually supported your organization. And the highest it was at was around 68 before George Floyd got killed. So you took away half your base, half your support, like that, because you won't shut up. Look at this. And black people following Marxism. That's just funny to me. You think that's going to work in the federal government? Marxism. I don't get black folks sometimes. I really don't. Now I'm trying to find this article about what do you call it? BLM with the Act Blue, but I think, you know, they might try to hide that stuff, but I'll leave that because we did that on our Black Lives Matter shows. I bring that up all the time. But Patrisse said she demands the meeting. She demands it because we need our stuff. We need our stuff. Lord have mercy. It just brings me back to that legendary video. You know we gotta play it, folk. We gotta play it, folk. Here we go. We have to play it. Remember this?
Throwing objects.
Oh, it looks like the gas tank just popped.
And setting cars on fire. At least one person was shot and rushed to the hospital. A police officer also hospitalized after
wait for it. This is all y'all's Black Lives Matter.
The weekend of violence began on Saturday with demonstrators torching several businesses, overturning cars and throwing rocks at police to protest the police shooting death of 23-year-old Sylvell Smith. Smith was shot fleeing a traffic stop when police say he turned toward the officer with a gun in his hand. The officer's body camera capturing the deadly encounter. Milwaukee's mayor tried to address the festering anger about whether the shooting was justified.
Without question.
It's about to come up, folk. Watch this.
In his hand.
I'm going to see if y'all remember this.
And I want our community to know that.
Governor Scott Walker activating the National Guard to assist police and declaring a state of emergency.
I was worried about whether or not things would escalate.
Smith's family and friends holding a vigil marked by prayers.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
With his sister calling
Here we
for
go.
peace.
Don't bring the violence here and the ignorance here. Tell his mama y'all fight for her love. Burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing.
Yup.
Y'all burning down shit we need in our community. Take that shit to the suburbs.
What you need?
Burn that shit down.
What you need?
We need our shit. We need our weed. I don't wear it, but we need it.
That's how Patrisse Cullors sounds right now. She wasn't talking about how we need our weeds. Oh no, folks. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh because that was a tragic situation, but that line there, man, that line is gonna live in infamy. Between that, all the evacuations going on. Folk that oh, Patrisse. What are you doing? Your agenda is to destroy the black family. You think they want to meet with that? How Joe Biden gonna look assisting in the destruction of the black family again? I know he don't care, folks. We know this, but he needs to keep the black people docile while he goes over and gets on his knees for the Chinese president. Well, we're not going to go there just yet. Did y'all know that Biden prioritizing getting 5 lakh Indians as his top priority? He wants to make them citizens. That's to appease y'all's Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris told y'all during her speech after they were declared the winners, she's going to help the Jewish, the Mexican, and the Asian communities. Didn't say a damn thing about black folks. Black people did not tell her, hey, what are you going to do for us? She looked at them and said, listen, I'm in the house. I'm the house slave now. I got off y'all's plantation. I'm not helping y'all. There's going to be no more food thrown out the window for you, folk. Maxine Waters is calling her up right now, looking for a position. She wants to reclaim my time in the Oval Office. I can't wait for that picture. You see Joe Biden with his smile sitting behind the table and a bunch of black women in front. Can't wait for that photo op. That's going to be legendary. All the sisters going to run around. Yes, queen, slay, and all that crap. Not realizing that most black men are not going to fall for that okie doke. We see what's coming. This, I told y'all, this was a get back for 4 years ago. When they found out black men voted 15% for Trump, they concocted some beautiful concoctions to make sure that they win this time so they can screw us over. So how do you screw the black race over and don't do too much? You put out a candidate that we're so confused will accept as black just because she does black things. And they were successful. Oh, I love how Patrisse thinks that she's going to get a seat at the table to go talk. I have news for you, Miss Patrisse. You don't have a penis. They're not going to talk to you. Joe has a fang and Kamala has a dildo. She has a strap on. She gets to sit there. You? You're a lesbian. They're not going to talk to you. But I want y'all to see something, what they wrote, that she likes to try to forget and say that she never said this. But she said this. I'm facing to share this screen right now, too. Look at what she said. And they're slick with it. Because first, when they got called out over this, they kept pushing it down. Now they just got rid of it. Now look at the middle, folk. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another, especially our children, to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable. Folk, they hate black men. Again, they hate black men. And if you've even did a modicum of study on Marxism, the way Marxists operate and they get their power increased is they have to destroy families. I'll keep it in simpler terms. What's easier for your agenda to hit? A mother and her children or an intact family? The answer is obviously the former. You need the former so you can pass your policies. Why do you think the black race sucks right now? Because we have too many single mother households. And we have a severe lack of critical thinking. That usually comes from having a balance of a mother and father. if you're only seeing one side of the argument, you're not going to make great decisions at a acceptable rate. And you see these Negroes out here during these riots, co-founded by Patrisse and Alicia Garza, which I ripped up the other day. It'll be there if y'all go to the link in the description box. It'll take you to our podcast. I ripped her apart. I don't even mention the other two and the white man because I know I'll get flagged. But without a father in the house, it's easy for everyone to be in a gang. Be in a organization like Black Lives Matter, who, again, I'll keep saying it, they suck, but they also know that they need their agendas passed. So the dudes come around there and say, "Hey, you want these cheeseburgers?" And they dangle that cheeseburger in front of the kid, and the kid go out there, and then he end up stealing cheeseburgers. So I got King Sigma. He said, "Wait, how do I do this again?" Yeah. How does one make demands after conceding their leverage for symbolic gestures? Easily, because King Sigma, this is black folks. I don't know if you're still here, but this is black folks. Black folks think they could just run outside and yell, scream, bitch, and moan about the things that they need, not realizing that somewhere your people are making your message worse. Notice, when you watch these corporations, notice it's rarely you see the CEO talk. CEO doesn't need to do the talking. That's why he has his minions. He lets the chief financial officer talk. He lets the chief, what's the second one? Not the CEO, the COO, the chief operating officer. He lets him go talk. He's the one going out doing the interviews. The CEO only goes out to do the interviews when he has to do public relations. Oh, yes. Yes, brother. Sigma's right. The Eva Longoria moment was the plan revealed. That's facts. If y'all don't know about the Eva Longoria piece, Eva Longoria did an interview. She a liberal. And she sat there and told this reporter that, yes, black women were instrumental in how the election turned out, but let's not forget that the Latinas were the real heroines of this election cycle. And I said this on my show with Taisha Essex the other day. I said that would be true if Trump won. But you guys really did not come out for Biden like that. That was more for the Negroes. So, of course, she got in trouble for saying that and had to walk it back. But the black women came to her defense. So for a bunch of people who like Patrisse and Alicia, who run around saying they pro-black and they black first, red, black, and green, and we need our stuff, they damn sure did not sit there and go tell their sister Tamika Mallory, hey, you can't go defend her. Oh yes, folks. Y'all Tamika Mallory, the wannabe, the new sister soldier 2020, decided to go defend a Latina. Not even an Afro-Latina. A Latina. But y'all cool with that. Black folk who voted for Biden and Harris must be cool with the fact that, especially you black men, because y'all disappoint me, y'all must be cool with the fact that Patrisse, Alicia, the other two Jezebels, and the white man want to take your black man away. Hey, Patrisse, Alicia, you BLM hoes. Without us, there's no more black race. You're just going to keep mixing the race out. They don't care about y'all. I told y'all if they win, they're not going to care. We told you this. They showed you already they don't care. Biden last year said the LGBTQs are going to be his top priority. That's not enough to get you a seat at the table. They're not looking for the black gays. No, 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 no. They need the black gays because the black gays have the biggest voice in terms of you looking at the racial setups, and everybody listens to black folks. Why do you think night one of the DNC, they put out Billy Porter? Think about it, Patrisse. I want you to really think about this. You're a lesbian. You're married to a woman. They didn't even ask y'all to talk at the DNC, but they damn sure put Billy Porter there night one. And I also said this on one of my other shows. If you watch the back, they had the black version of the United States with the red, black, and green, and you saw it fracture. They subtlety, man. Subtlety. You confuse idiots with subtlety. They loved you so much. They hate AOC, but they still let her talk. They didn't even ask Nan one of y'all. Y'all could have stayed home, because I know y'all talking about how y'all getting death threats and people trying to shoot you. But you still collect a paycheck. They didn't even ask you to come outside. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? They don't need you. You are the foot soldiers. They do not invite foot soldiers to the board meeting. That's like you working at a radio station and you walk inside and somebody from the street team on hourly is sitting there talking with the HR managers and the station manager, the programming director. Like, are you serious? Y'all hustle backwards. And I've been telling y'all that for years. I tell my co-host that. She gets mad when I say it. Black Lives Matter is a joke. And Biden and Harris just proved it to y'all. Y'all are jokes. Y'all can't even organize. How is he supposed to take you serious when you let Antifa infiltrate? And the most press you got during this deal was when they arrested the 17 Antifa boys and labeled y'all Black Lives Matter. Labeled them Black Lives Matter. Nothing but white faces. The white faces of your organization get the most press. You had that no-neck Negro, Roland Martin, have Alicia Garza on his show while Ice Cube was conducting his interview. Y'all could go look at the comment section. They ripped Roland and Alicia apart for that. That should tell you something. You Negroes sit up there and tout this Black Lives Matter, pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon, but then y'all want to go outside and cry when a cop shoots one of us. Oh, they got white supremacists in there in these cops, in these cop ranks. Stupid. That was there way before they came into fruition. The FBI knew about this from 2008. And it wasn't because of y'all. They did not do that to kill black folks. I'm going to tell you the truth. You want to know really why those cops went in there? Because they came out with reports saying that the white race was starting to slowly be phased out. They weren't doing it for black folks. Why do they need? There's a running joke, and I don't care if I get flagged for saying this joke, but there was a whole joke. KKK had a meeting one night, and they said, "Yo, so what are we gonna do to go kill more black folks?" And the Grand Wizard said, "We don't got to do nothing. We just let them kill themselves." They don't need to go into police to go kill y'all. Do you understand these white supremacists only go in there so they can have access to weapons and access to tactics? That's it. Are there some Aryans around, probably in NYPD or LAPD? Of course. They don't even need to touch you. If anything, they'll wait, let y'all wipe each other out, and then come in and just take the report and take pictures. There was a story, I forget, it was like, I think 2 years ago, a cop got arrested because she took, I think it was a she. Yeah, I think it was a she. She got fired, not arrested. She got fired for taking crime scene photos and putting them online. And it was black people that killed them, that killed each other. They don't see, black people. Okay, what King Sigma say? I just saw it. Patrisse proves that Q was telling the truth about being dissed by Democrats after we win. Fact. You saw Ice Cube when he laid it out. He said, listen, I talked to both camps. Trump's camp said, all right, let's have the conversation. The Democrats first said, hey, they were the first ones that called. They said, hey, let's talk after the election. And I told y'all, you just left the ball back in their court. They don't have to talk to you. And Rose was on the show saying, oh, yeah, no, they should have the conversation. I'm like, they don't need to. They got what they wanted out of it. The fact that they didn't talk to him during the election and they still got the turnout they did with black folks meant that they didn't need to talk to him. Ice Cube is under. Kamala just proved that Ice Cube is beneath her. A rapper from the state that she prosecuted in is beneath her. But y'all want to sit? Y'all expect me to support this organization and support this transition? Hell no. Black people, y'all voted for your own demise. It is what it is. You got to accept it. Patrisse Cullors is going to lead y'all down a path, which she's already done. And I guarantee you, I'm going to say probably the second week of February, there's going to be some black guy that got killed by the police again. And I told y'all on the other show, I don't want to hear nothing out of y'all. Y'all accepted this. Y'all knew what you're going to get for 4 years. You got a cop who prosecutes bad police. People got mad at me on Instagram. My co-host got mad at me on Instagram because I said that y'all voted for Kamala, who did not want to prosecute Oscar Grant's killers. Didn't want to do it. Then I had one of my friends tell me, "Oh, she wasn't the DA then." No, you're right. She wasn't the DA. She was the AG. She could have reopened the case. She didn't want to do it until the public got at her. But y'all don't want to talk about that. I think they just reopened the case, actually. That cop is still around. Y'all not touching him. Y'all gonna let him ride. Thing is, Biden will invoke the Insurrection Act during next protest, but Trump didn't. We'll see. I think Trump was going to wait till after he got re-inaugurated to declare BLM a terrorist organization, because by then he's already out. He would have been already reelected. He would have been in already. What were they going to do? They're going to throw him out for that? No. But I saw all you Negroes booty clapping when he said the KKK and Antifa were terrorist organizations. Y'all were happy as hell. I wonder if y'all gonna be happy if Biden invokes the Insurrection Act. I'll play that for y'all because since y'all don't want to do no research, I'll show y'all what the Insurrection Act is. Here it is. Let's just get to the good part. Here it is. It's usually the first paragraph. Usually. This is what you black folks should have did during the election. You should have been doing research. But, you know, it's black folks. If it ain't on the shade room, you ain't going to look at it. Okay. So the first paragraph. The Insurrection Act gives U.S. presidents the authority to deploy active duty military to maintain or restore peace in times of crisis. The Insurrection Act was invoked numerous times in the 20th century, most famously when Dwight D. Eisenhower sent the 101st Airborne Division to enforce the desegregation of public schools in Little Rock, Arkansas. God, dog. So what does that mean, folks? That means y'all's Biden is going to destroy the black community more by having troops on the corner. Sigma's right. Trump just gave y'all the National Guard. National Guard, we know they're the 1 weekend a month, 2 weekends in a year, 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year. They have access to those weapons, but they're just there in case, you know, you have natural disasters. But Trump used them to assist the police and the FBI and sheriff's departments keeping control in these cities. Biden, if he invokes this, is going to go out and send what we just saluted not 4 days ago, 3 days ago. You're going to have, imagine driving through Crenshaw District and seeing Marines with their M4s and M16s. Black folks, how'd you like it to see Army Rangers on 125th Street in Harlem? Hey, Negro. What if you are in an HBCU and you're going to class and you go outside and you turn left, you're going to go get your coffee and you happen to see someone from the Air Force dressed up in garb standing outside your Starbucks because one of your BLM brethren said that they were going to go out there and protest later. And the second they catch a whiff of them, they go right back to where they at. Y'all ready for that? Because trust me, they're not going to put it in white neighborhoods. This is for y'all black ass. Y'all don't care, though. I know y'all don't care. What's the thing y'all raving about now? The Fresh Prince reunion that's coming out next Friday on HBO Max. Oh no, I tell a lie. That just happened yesterday. It was the what do you call it? The killing of them two rappers, Vaughn and then the other dude. I don't know the other dude's name, M03 or whatever. I don't know his name. That's what y'all concerned with. Again, the okie doke. Black folk keep falling for it. But, you know, I'm just talking. Y'all don't care. But I bet you will care when they turn off your utilities. You already said dark winter. There was already stories of them talking about how they're going to force feed these vaccines to people. And there's going to be less resources out there again. But y'all not ready for that. Y'all not ready for them conversations. But I'm going to get out of here because I want to play a little bit of Spider-Man Miles Morales before I go back on my screenwriting thing. So I want to thank all of y'all who tuned in or who will tune in. Thank you. And thank you to King Sigma. Next time you have a show, I will definitely be in the comment section because I like what you be doing out there. Tomorrow, Rose and I will be doing a show. We did want to do it on YouTube, but it's not going to happen because we're going to be doing conspiracy theories. And we already know once we put that up, if we do it live, we're going to get flagged. We know this because we're going to be talking about, you know, the incident further up north from me here in New York. And 9/11 and the war in Iraq and other things. But I don't want to get a strike on my channel because we're actually still clean. So we're gonna do that where we usually do it on our audio interface, and then of course it'll be up Tuesday at 12 o'clock like we usually do. But I want to tell y'all this Tuesday, if you didn't see the video between myself and Taisha Essex, it's here on the channel, but the audio will be up where I do my little edits and my little sound effects and things like that. It'll be up there. So you're going to get it Tuesday and Wednesday. That's going to be two-parter because we were talking for almost 2 hours. And it was a great conversation. So shout out to that young sister, even though she's older than me, but you know, it is what it is. And I also have the other show, Bet on Black. I put up two brothers who run comic book companies. So check them out. It's everywhere. Spotify, Apple, you know the deals. Amazon. So in between y'all ordering y'all's Amazon stuff, you can listen to us. So everyone take care, stay safe, wear your mask to get your supplies, and just remember, Black Lives Matter should only matter to you. If someone tells you Black Lives Matter, you tell them good and go about your day. This is Kid Gravity. Peace.